What's up, everybody? It is 8 o'clock Saturday, January 30th. Once again, the Allegiance Podcast is live on Allegiance TV. I got my fellow guest host, Mr. General Zod. What's up, Zod?
How's everybody doing? I'm doing fantastic.
And the Huggable, the Hairy Icicle. Hey.
Oh, God.
Well,
You went from luscious to hairy.
Luscious to hairy. It's something new every week. Something new every week.
Be luscious.
Is it hairy? Oh man. Well, we got a good show in store for you guys today. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to touch upon. We were off last week just because Cole was running her charity event, so we'll get a little nice recap on how she did on her Extra Life 26-hour marathon, basically. We did not have a podcast last week because of that, but we have a lot of stuff to catch up on. Actually, a lot of stuff on Destiny. A lot of things happened with Bungie and Destiny, so we'll go over that. We have some stuff to go through in terms of the Allegiance tournament qualifying round. So there's been a lot of runs that come in. We can kind of talk to the group here in terms of what they thought about the first qualifying round so far, and what we think about the upcoming runs happening tonight and tomorrow. We have some other game discussions we want to talk about. The Division Beta is officially released, so we'll get a little nice recap on what are the thoughts of the Division so far based on the beta that you played. And we'll discuss about a couple of different other games and some media suggestions and kind of to get yourself through the current Destiny lag of content. So, there's a lot of different things that we can discuss to put your mind at ease while we wait for some more content that will be available within the game Destiny. So guys, before we get on to all of that, how was the week?
Oh, Lord.
The week's been good.
The Iron Banner rift, very interesting. Just saying. Yeah, it's been good.
You guys have you liked the whole Rift Iron Banner thing so far? And this is really the first time they've ever put Rift in Iron Banner. So what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I actually like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I tried so hard, but I can't get enough of it.
Okay.
Nobody knows that country song?
What? Get Hard with Nobody?
Oh my God.
It sounds.
It sounds interesting. It sounds like something I would listen to.
I think it's like Garth Brooks or some shit. I don't know. Stevie, this way, by the way.
Oh, we're going this way. So what we're basically doing here, guys, if you don't know what we're doing on the screen, is Cole's going to show us, what is it, like a weird...
We're glitching into the Black Garden. So.
Glitching into the Black Garden. I've never seen this or done this, so you can see how we glitch in the Black Garden while we have our discussionary points. Right. If no one's ever seen this before.
Rift you gotta jump, there you go.
I'm in.
So,
look at me.
Alright, come on.
I can't, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh no, there we go.
There you go.
I'm good.
Alright, so basically, this whole Iron Banner Rift shit is actually a lot of fun because I like the team-based strategy that you need, and you're gonna see some really weird shit coming up, but it's okay.
Am I gonna fall?
Just trust me, Stevie.
Just go with
it. Just follow it.
If I go to the right?
Just come to me. Come to me.
You're gonna love it.
I'm getting nervous.
Accept it.
Alright, and then come through here. But yeah, I mean, I love that it's team-based. It's definitely a lot more challenging than Clash, and it's a little bit more interesting than Control. And you're gonna hit a loading screen right here. But, I mean, I like it. I wish they would do it more.
Oh my goodness.
Come to me.
What do you think, Zed, about Iron Banner and the whole Rift thing?
I like it, although I haven't really, haven't had the opportunity to spend a whole lime. Oh, I can't talk today.
Lime? I love the limes in Iron Banner. They're so yummy.
Oh, yeah. So great with the margaritas.
They're delicious. Actually, that sounds pretty good right about now. But,
margaritas, limes, and
I haven't had the
tequila.
chance to dive into it. And but I do like it. It's a different change of pace. I think the matches are a little bit quicker too. From the time that I spent on it, it seems like the matches are a lot faster, and I like that. I like that a whole lot, and it's a lot more fun to me than just Control, just because that's what Iron Banner's always been. And I know they try the whole thing with Clash, but I think it's a good change. It's a good change of pace. So I've enjoyed it so far from the time that I spent with it.
So you guys like the change pace of Rift as opposed to always Control and Clash? You like just kind of changing it up and switching it up for the PvP players to show their skills?
Yeah.
Well, I've never Mercy this much in Iron Banner either, so I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I like it, because I think it gets people out of their comfort zone, right? Like, everything is so, seems like repetitive sometimes in Destiny, but, some people shy away from certain game modes, and, with this whole Iron Banner thing going to Rift, I think it's kind of forcing people to be like, hey, you gotta try something different, so.
Yeah.
Which that's what I like about it, but.
Definitely joining it.
So I've heard the opposite. I've heard the opposite. Just to your point, though, there are people who are shying away from it just because they don't like that game mode.
Well, then you get out their comfort zone, dude.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that's pretty much my response. Is if you're not used to it, or you're just used to playing the Control or Clash.
If you want to have a poopy butt and not play Rift, then
poopy butt.
So what have we thought about the first qualifying round so far? I mean, you guys have done some refereeing in some of these runs. We have a couple going on tonight. Let's do a quick review on the teams that we've seen so far. Who have you been impressed with? What kind of strategies you've liked so far in terms of seeing what's been around? And what are you looking forward to the upcoming runs that are going to... I think we have, 5 qualifying runs happening tonight and tomorrow total, right?
Yeah, total 5. Total 5 matches.
So you see how it's out here? See all this shit?
Yep.
How it's open?
Yep.
Come through here.
Oh boy.
And then after the loading screen, turn right back around.
Okay.
And look. We're inside. We're inside the Black Garden.
Oh. Oh.
Ta-da!
Oh, wow. Interesting.
So
we
you
can
just run around. There's no ads or anything.
Is there that black thing?
Yeah. Actually, you can get there. I just don't remember how to get there. But anyways, keep going. I'm actually impressed by Brad's team, because hearing what they were doing, just in practice runs and everything, they really, I wouldn't say pulled it out of their ass, but they pulled it out of fucking nowhere with their time. It's like, Jesus Christ.
14:02, that was impressive, wasn't it? Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw that run post up, I was like, how'd they cheat their way through that? Because it was just so fast. I was like, holy crap. But no, that was...
We're back on Mars.
Yeah, there was definitely... No, they hit it hard, man. And if any of you guys caught a glimpse of that, or if you haven't, go check out their... Go check out the run. It's on Twitch, and they were just spot on, man. They looked like a team that fully prepared for this, practice, and you could see it on the end result, man. It was just spot on. Everything about that run was great. So.
Well, so you've been impressed with Zod. Who have you liked so far, other than Brad and
it's like I think we talked about this, Stevie, and we talked about it too, Cole. The tournament, especially on this round, and it's especially on the next round as well, it's going to come down to seconds. A lot of these teams, we've had a total of five runs, and the top 3 teams are just 17 seconds apart. So, one little mishap, one little 5-second mishap here or there could be the difference from, the second spot, third spot, fourth spot. You don't know. That's what I love about the tournament so far. It's competitive, but it's also competitive in terms of every second literally counts, because 1 or 2 seconds off, and it could just put you from the 3rd rank to the bottom rank. So, and then so it's been a great tournament. Every team that's gone on has put up a great time. Like I said, the top 3 teams right now, Brad coming in, first, Beef and Chunk second, and you and Cole coming in at 3rd so far. So they've been very competitive, and the run should be wrapping up by tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the final times are. And Stevie's dead. No.
And I can't even get back up there to rescue you.
No!
Anyways, yeah, we've got 2 more tonight. We got your run is going on tonight, right, Zod?
Yes,
Like
my run
3
is
hours?
going on tonight. Yeah, in about 3 hours from now, my run's going to be will be going off. So actually, after this podcast, it'll be Oops and Ghost Elite who will go on their run. So stay tuned after this podcast, and then 2 hours from that run, my team will go live, and then we'll wrap it up tomorrow. The rest of the teams will wrap it up tomorrow.
How'd you get over there, Cole? Oh,
I jumped.
I know you jumped. You just jumped from here to there?
Yep.
Oh no, I jumped too
You
soon.
float like a butterfly.
No!
It's definitely interesting to see how people run it too, because when I was refereeing Rux and Katsuki, they had a Titan actually leading in the Abyss, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, a Titan leading, but it's very interesting to see because it's all the same raid, but for some reason there's different tactics coming out of this thing, which is really interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
Float, Stevie, float like a butterfly.
Yay! I made it.
Alright, come on.
So which one are we looking forward to? We looking forward to Zod's run tonight? I heard his whole team is running naked.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
we are. It's going to be luscious. It's going to be very hot.
It's going to be hairy, luscious. It's going to be poopy.
Hairy,
Someone has a poopy
luscious,
butt.
Everything that you'd want to see in a naked speed run. You guys are going to get one bundle.
So we're going to see Hershey Kisses in between 2 hamburger buns?
What? Hold on. What about cheeseburger buns?
That's nasty,
So we're going to see Hershey Kisses in the middle of 2 hamburger buns? Is that what we're going to see?
You know what? I don't know. I cannot promise you what you're going to see. But you'll definitely be seeing something.
Why are you horrified?
I need some motherfucking brain bleach up in this bitch.
Brain bleach?
Yes!
What is brain bleach?
Yeah, I've never even heard of that term.
It's when you get a mental image so terrible that you just want to die, so you bleach your brain.
Oh, cool.
Man.
Yeah.
There's not enough
like
bleach to wipe out
brain.
this what you're about to see.
Oh God, humanity.
So basically, guys, just to give you a heads up, any ambassador team that's running, we haven't required any type of referee for those particular rounds. I see some questions popping up on the feed. And just due to the fact of integrity, we believe that the leadership team can hold the integrity to follow the rules that we've instituted, because we can't tell you guys with a straight face how to run your runs if we're not doing it the proper way either. That would look really bad on our end. So, we have the confidence that tonight when Zod runs his run, he won't need a referee, because I'm sure he's not going to be going out of bounds and sitting there and refereeing your matches and being like, that's not allowed. Cause
yeah, right.
That would be really weird.
All of the speed runs are broadcast, so
Yeah.
every single one of them.
Yeah. So if there was questions about the 14 minutes like Brad, and I'd be like, there's no way Brad did that, right? You can just go to the Twitch feed and check it out, and then you'd be like, oh shit, they really did do it legitly, So that's why we have
and
that.
if you haven't checked it out, you need to.
It's pretty impressive.
This one hell of a run.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, uh-oh?
I'm stuck.
What'd you do? You're in a wall.
I'm stuck in the wall.
What the hell?
Not good.
Oh my goodness.
Hold me. I literally can't get out though, so I'll
I
deal
can
with
tell. I can tell. So we're looking forward to Zod's. Who else? We got Oops's run today. We got, hey, what are you doing?
I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere.
You stand there.
Cool.
You can kill yourself, right?
No. I don't have any rockets.
Oh my god, you don't even have rockets?
Why did you not bring rockets to Mars?
Oh my
I don't have
god.
sense. I gave it all the future war calls.
Well, let's back out and go to trials, like we said originally.
Alright, let's go.
But just to wrap up the tournament thing, you know, we got 3 more runs tomorrow. 2 runs today, 3 runs tomorrow. Tomorrow, Smuts and Jay Myers will be going, followed by D2 and Stuck, and then Chris. So.
Awesome. We also had an ambassador meeting, right? So we just came out of our first ambassador recap for January. So we're about to get some administrator meetings going on, and maybe let's give a little hint to the fellow podcast viewers of what will be discussed in those meetings. You wanna go for it, Cole? Just a little bit. Just a little hint.
I don't know if I don't think they can handle it.
Like if there was an ice cream cone. We're just taking a little icing off the top. We're just a little yum, little top. But the whole ice cream is gonna just go back in the freezer.
Okay, now I need some brain bleach here.
Brain bleach.
Okay, so
Hashtag brain bleach. Make it.
okay, so
Trend.
what we're discussing, because we all know Destiny is getting.
Hold on, time out,
fail,
Cole. We
like-
need a trend real quick before we get in this conversation. We need a
Oh,
trend.
God.
Hashtag brain bleach. Hashtag Zod's poopy butt. Let's do it. Hashtag. Let's just make
the
the.
phrasing, so I'll skip him out.
Sounds like I hate this podcast. This sucks this week.
I hope you all have enough brain bleach because.
Go ahead,
Is that
Cole.
where Eris got all of her raisins?
Why?
She got them from Zod.
Mm.
Good raisins. No, but really. So we know Destiny's getting stale, and we all know, well, I hope you all know, because if not, you still get some issues, but Destiny 2 has been pushed back. Oh shit, fuck me in the ass. Sorry?
Oh, dude, there's 3 of them sniping over
Scared
there.
the shit out of me. We are considering other games for Legions. Actually getting in there and learning some. Oh fuck me! Ow. We're actually looking at opening up the clan to other games, such as The Division. I know Titanfall 2 is coming out. We have No Man's Sky, but we are looking at adding other games to our repertoire. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Because we know Destiny is getting boring. How many times can we kill orcs before, we can do it in our sleep? So definitely keep an eye out for that. We haven't decided on what games we're going to open to. Oh fuck! I got him! Oh shit! But we're definitely going to open up our community to more games. So that's definitely exciting because I want to see what you guys want to play. I know what I want to play, but keep an eye out for that. And if you have any suggestions for you,
Oh my God, are you
games,
kidding me?
definitely let us know. No, we're not kidding.
No, I freaking sniped a guy and he didn't die.
Well,
1v1. There you go.
there you go. But
Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's pretty big news, actually.
It's huge
You know,
news.
Opening up the calendar to other games. So,
What?
I know.
Hashtag
Yeah,
mind
it's
blown.
exciting.
Hashtag
Oh my
allegiance
gosh.
mind blown.
Why everything has to be hashtags?
No, we're
Because
hashtagging
we're
everything
trending,
today.
Cole.
We're
yeah,
trending
we're
right
gonna
now.
go
We gotta
big,
have
Cole.
multiple
Yeah.
trending.
Alright, fine.
Just imagine if we
Yeah,
trended
yeah,
like
other
Zod
games.
Poopy Butt like in Twitch. Like that would be amazing.
God.
I'd own it. Zod Poopy Pants. That's
Fuck!
just- Yeah.
Why am I trying to
Oh,
snipe
fuck.
him?
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm done doing
My
that.
brain! Sod, pick us up! Sod, back up!
No, he's gonna try clutch.
I was gonna try
Oh.
clutching, but the smart choice would be to pick you guys up.
Yeah.
Reset here.
Then it gets-
Oh my God, yeah.
Alright, push. Oh,
Oh, I can't even move.
hashtag I'm in
Hey.
trouble.
Hashtag push bodies when sniping.
So you're looking at other games. I know the Division beta is out now. And actually, how is that going, Sod? As you fight for the, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's on.
So how's the
so-
beta going, man?
Believe it or not, I've enjoyed just everything about the beta so far on the Division. So I don't even know. See, here's the thing. When I first heard about the Division, this was 2 years ago. it was very exciting, and I think most people would agree with me that we were all looking forward to it, but no one really had an idea of what the hell the Division was. And as a matter of fact, even after playing the beta, I sort of don't know what the Division is. It's kind of hard to describe what that game is, for the simple reason is I don't think it's like any other game. It borrows, in a lot of ways, it reminds me of Destiny. It borrows a lot of the elements and formula that Destiny tried to implement when Destiny first came out in terms of, it's an RPG, it's an RPG shooter, but it's not like your typical, other RPGs. It's really hard to play this without audio, because I'm still full audio on the podcast. But yeah, it's a different type of game, and so far it's been pretty good. Like I said, RPG-like type of game, and the beta's only for 2 days. So the first day I concentrated, no, not the whole day, but for the first few hours I concentrated on the PvE part of the game. And the thing about the beta is I don't have enough information to formulate an opinion on the game yet in terms of the PvE, because it is the beta, and the beta was only open, to one story mission. What the fuck?
Oh, dude, my sniping is way off right now.
Hashtag I need a push.
Hashtag sniping sucks.
Oh, you guys are fucked. You guys are
I'm
fucked. Oh, you guys are so fucked. Oh, God. Makes me mad today.
God, this is horrible.
Yeah, it's always hard doing this fucking podcast or doing trials. It's fun, though.
It is fun. But besides the PvE portion of the Division, and for those of you guys who are watching this and play the Division, the best part of the Division is the DZ zone. So the all-out PvP portion of the game. So it's not PvP in terms of like they have, it's like Destiny, Crucible, or Call of Duty. It's more in terms of anything goes in that game, in that portion of the game. So pretty much what you have is, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if Cole or Stevie, you guys know what I'm talking about. Have you guys even explored the Division? Do you guys know exactly what the game is?
I've considered it, but I haven't really looked into it.
Do you know what the game is in terms of the DZ zone and all that stuff? Have you?
Basically, shit happens, fuck people up. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so
that's all I know.
The whole game is.
It's pretty. I got that much.
It is pretty. It's a pretty game. Pretty much, you have the entire. It's New York. The whole game takes place in New York, and in the middle of New York, there's a zone called the DZ zone. And in that zone, and throughout the whole game, actually, what you do is, you go through your story missions, and you could bring 2 or 3 people along with you, and you do the story missions, and you try to. Are they still back there?
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh. Nice.
In trouble. Oh, self-rest.
There you go, Cole.
Yes! Fuck you, bitches!
Oh, good God.
So how big is the Division's PvP or just multiplayer?
That's the thing, man. See, it's very difficult to describe the PvP aspect of it because it's not PvP per se. So the whole game is you go through a storyline collecting loot, and it's RPG elements. So there's rare, there's common, rare, legendary items. Kind of like Destiny, right? So you have your loot that you go and collect after doing each mission and whatnot. But then, in the middle of the entire map of New York, you have this whole section called the DC section. And pretty much, it's in that section that would be considered the PvP aspect of the game, but it's not like Crucible or Call of Duty PvP. It's pretty much you're still playing the entire game and you're still trying to survive and collect gear. The only difference is that you can actually kill other people, other players for that gear. So it's a very interesting concept. And the thing is, so you go into the zone. You collect the gear, And you can't take it with you. You have to extract it. And the way you extract it is you can use zones, and you call in for a helicopter, and a helicopter comes in and picks up your gear, and then the gear is yours. The only thing is, when you call for a helicopter to come pick up your gear, you have 2 minutes before that actually helicopter gets there. So for those 2 minutes, any player could come to that zone and attack you, and if they attack you, you lose that gear, and they end up picking it up. So it's a very interesting concept. It's very hard to describe. I don't think there's anything like it. And I've enjoyed it so far.
It actually sounds a lot like Titanfall. I know it's on the Xbox One, but you have to survive in a certain zone, and then whoever's losing, you have to get to the helicopter and get out of the zone. So it sounds a lot like that, but also a mixture of, I want to say, survival of the fittest.
It's if I had to describe it to you, if I had to compare it to other games, it'd be like this. The setting reminds me a lot of like The Last of Us, except there's no zombies. It plays like the control style sort of reminds me of GTA, just because of that third person. And the type of game that it reminds me of is like RPG. It's like Destiny in terms of like the loot and getting your fire team together and going through the storyline and building up your character. And again, it has a combination of all those games, and that's why I guess that's what I'm struggling to explain to you guys what it is. So it has a combination of all those games put in it, and then you have this whole PvP section where it's not really, it's a section that is PvP, but it doesn't, there's no PvP matchmaking or anything like that. It's not like any other game. It's still you exploring the city, collecting loot, collecting gear, building up your character. The only difference is any loot that you get from that zone, you can't take it with you. You have to extract it. And once you extract it, then then you get to keep that gear. The twist to the whole thing is that any player in that zone can kill you for that gear. And if you have that gear and you die, then they can pick it up and then the gear's theirs.
So you could say it's kind of like a hostile patrol.
Yeah, it's a hostile patrol. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, here's the thing: like, your own members from your own fire team can betray you as well. So
they can.
They can. Yes, they can.
How do they do that?
I believe. All you have to do is that. Well,
for an example, if someone in your fire team has a poopy butt and they get pissed off at you, they'd be like, "Screw this guy," and shoot you.
Yeah, all you gotta do is leave their party. They just shoot you, and that's it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now, and there's more to it too. So the other thing too about this whole PvP aspect of it is that once you kill somebody for their loot, you become rogue, and that means that you'll have a little rogue symbol above your head, and anybody who kills you gets extra like reward money and experience. And that's the thing too, is that the whole game has vendors, like any RPG has vendors and has currency. The thing is, this specialized zone also has their own vendors and also has their own special type of currency. So if you go rogue and you die, you lose actually some of the points or the currency that you would need to buy, gear. So
what's the fire team limit again? Like, isn't it 3? You said, or is it?
It's 4. So you can have 4 people per fire team. Now here's the thing, though, and this is just my opinion. The game, like where it's at, is the PvP portion. I played the beta for 1 day. I don't have enough, like the beta just did not provide enough on the PvE side to really formulate an opinion of it. So PvE-wise, I don't really know what to expect yet. I've seen a little bit of the world. The world looks fantastic. I've seen some of the side missions, but I don't know. The only mission that was oh wow, we got raped. We got fucked.
I didn't even get to safe word.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. They only opened up one story mission for the entire beta. Now, here's the interesting thing too about the game is that you have guns that you collect, and you have, I already mentioned the RPG element of common, rare, legendary, and exotic type of weapons. But the thing is, you can also add mods to your weapons as well, and there's crafting as well in this whole game. So the only thing too, again, the crafting wasn't open in the beta. So,
oh my god! Fuck! I missed my grenade. Damn it!
Way behind.
So let's change it up. So we had a lot of things happening in Destiny as well this week. So let's first go over the whole CEO step down. What do we think about that with Bungie having their CEO step down? Do we really care? Does it really make a difference? Is it going to make a significant difference? Do you think there's a coincidence, or that we hear the step down and then the whole Destiny 2 is delayed too?
See, I don't think it's a coincidence because Destiny 2 gets postponed, and I think the CEO was actually asked to step down. I don't think he did it of his own volition. He might have been pushing for stuff that the team didn't like. He might have been having pressure from Activision because of certain things in Destiny, because player base actually has dropped off a little bit. But I think he was actually forced to step down. But that may actually be a good thing, just because they're going to have to bring somebody else in, and they're going to have to find somebody who's really into the whole, everything that Bungie is wanting to do. So it might actually be a good thing of a change of hands, considering how Destiny 1 went and how lacking the DLCs have been. So the next CEO actually might pull a lot more out of the team. So I think it might actually be a good thing. Plus, if Destiny 2 is postponed, that actually says to me that Activision is supporting what Bungie is doing rather than forcing them to come out with something half-assed like EA did to BioWare. So it might actually be a good thing. I think it is.
I'm a little worried, actually. I'm a little worried because... Yeah, the announcement, and correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong here, guys, but the announcement of Destiny being postponed came out first, correct?
Yeah, I think it did. Destiny 2 did first.
The announcement of Destiny came out, the postponement came out first, and then the CEO drops, steps down. That to me, and again, I could be wrong, but if I had to formulate an opinion of it, that to me just tells me that things weren't all that good in the background at Bungie. And here's the thing too, is you talk about we've seen some players drop off to other games or just drop off from Destiny in general. This time last year, one of the things that we all had looking forward to was the DLC, right? The House of Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that this year. There's nothing in place this year. As a matter of fact, Bungie has gone out and said that there's no actual DLC coming. What we're going to get throughout the next year, I think, is going to be events. So, and we'll talk about the event that's coming up next month. But that's all we're getting. That's as far as that's all they have planned for us.
Kidding me? You piece of shit! I totally had you, cocksucker. Sorry.
I think that if I had to take a guess, jeez. If I had to take a guess, I'm guessing that things weren't going that very well in the background. The CEO was asked to step down, and I hope what we get in the future is, one, I hope we get some sort of announcement that will indicate the future of Destiny and where it's heading. We know that there's a Destiny 2 out there, and we know that they had originally said that they wanted to formulate a 10-year plan, but right now it doesn't seem like the plan's it's on schedule, if I were to say. So I hope we get some sort of announcement, some sort of reassurance that yes, even though we have the CEO step down, yes, even though we had Destiny 2 postponed, we're still want you guys to know that, hey, like, there's still stuff to come and everything's going to be okay. Right now we don't have that assurance, so all we have is events, and who knows? I don't know.
Well, we also have to consider the possibility that it was the team that asked the CEO to step down. They might have not been happy with the leadership, and they might have been.
Well, that's a discussional piece, right? Do we think it was? There's a couple of reasons why the CEO could have stepped down, right? Could have been the Bungie team, that forced the step down. Was it Activision not happy with the progress of the game content? Maybe the CEO took blowback on the Destiny 2 delay. Maybe Activision asked some tough questions, because at the end of the day, what does Activision really care about, right? They care about money. And when are they going to get their money for Destiny with all the advertising and everything they do for the game? I mean, do we think that the Destiny 2 delay had something to do with the step down? Because Destiny 2 was delayed first. Do you think Activision came in, talked to the guy, and he couldn't come up with a direct response? Maybe some certain things that Activision didn't like and wanted to go a different direction?
Maybe they're trying to hide the fact that it's the step down. Because what's going to be more devastating, the pushback of Destiny 2 or the fact that the CEO stepped down? It might have been a strategic thing.
Yeah, because no one knows. This might have been long-term coming. This might have been a long time coming, actually. Because at the end of the day, no one really cares about the name of the CEO. No one cares. That's just...
No one really gives a shit.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about it. All we care is Destiny 2 coming out and when it's going to come out, you know? And the thing is that...
Can you back out real quick, Cole? Just,
huh?
by the way, can you back up?
Back up. Yeah.
Were you already in?
Yep.
And so I think that we could have gotten a situation where the CEO was aware that Destiny 2 was going to be delayed, and Activision didn't like that. And again, this is just me now this is just me speculating. You know, they didn't want to repeat the same mistakes that came out on the first year of Destiny, so there could have been a possibility that there could have been some sort of conversations between the CEO and Activision, like, look, this game's going to get delayed. We don't want to, you know, we don't want another incident to happen like we did on the first year. And Activision might not have liked that. And on a corporate side of things, if I was Activision, I'd be like, well, if you can't deliver when we need you to deliver based on our contract, then maybe we need to find someone else who can deliver. I don't know. This is just me speculating. So there's many angles, many unanswered questions. But the one question that gamers want to know is, when is Destiny 2 going to come out? No one gives a shit about the stuff going on.
Do we think that's going to come out into if someone were to hold a gun to your head, right? Do we think it's coming out? Oh my god, I just got sniped like crazy. Do we think it's going to come out in 2016?
I don't think so.
You're in no zone. What do you think, Cole?
All enemies have been eliminated.
Like if someone were to put a gun to your head and say,
Christmas release.
Yeah, you think it'll be a Christmas release if it does. But if someone were to
actually be a Christmas release.
If someone were to put a gun to your head though and say, do you think Destiny 2 will happen in 2016? Would you say yes or no? That's the only two answers that you'd have.
Yes.
So you do. Okay, that's
interesting. If it does, though, but see, this changes the whole dynamic of Destiny 2, though, because if they were not, well, here's the thing, if they were not going to release anything,
not bad.
Yeah. If they were not going to release anything, then they would actually have to cut some of the content, like, I don't know, a raid from Destiny 2.
You guys also have to remember, games aren't made. It's not like cooking dinner. You know, you make it and then you put it out there. There's a lot of prep that goes into making the game. So maybe, you know, things are being pushed for, or things were being cut out that the team didn't like, because the team is there. People who work at Bungie can work fucking anywhere, but they choose to stay because they love the game, they love their team, and they love who they're making the games for. So, really, I think it's gonna be a good thing if they do come out with something earlier than expected, just because we know they worked their fucking ass off for it.
I just hope that it's not. My thing is, I just hope we don't get the same scenario where when Destiny came out, and I acknowledge that the team worked very hard on it, but it also was very apparent that the game was released a little bit earlier than probably they wanted it to be released.
Yeah, and guys, if you want to get involved,
too.
And if you guys want to get involved in the in the conversation, just please use the Twitch feed. As a conversational piece, we'll definitely bring up any thought processes you have on this topic. Greedy Turtle brings up a good point. He says his assumption is that he doesn't even think a Destiny 2 will even happen. He thinks more expansions only will happen, just like World of Warcraft. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind that, actually. The thing is, I don't see that. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
It's definitely not a bad thing, but I don't. It's not a bad thing, but I don't envision that happening. Because in the past, again, this could, there's a lot of time left in Destiny. Believe it or not, even though we are saying here that there has been some players who have dropped off from the game. At the end of the day, Destiny has a huge following, a tremendous big following, And
It does.
one of the,
It really does.
it's a huge problem. They even have a Destiny con. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. There's actually a
Really?
convention for there's a convention for Destiny.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a convention. It just started last year. Last year was their first convention.
Where's that
I
located?
read that.
Oh,
I'm not sure where the actual place of the convention took place, but it's going to be a yearly thing. But what's going on with this? Yeah, so Destiny has a huge following, and the thing is that based on the past of if they were to go to the format of just releasing the expansions, we've already.
either.
It's not a bad thing, dude. We've already seen that. We've already seen the quality that's come out of the expansion. Not the quality, because the expansions that have come out for Destiny have been good. The problem is the amount of content, right? Like that's the big issue. It's not an issue of that they're coming out with crap content. The issue is its lack of content. So I don't know. I mean, if they're going to go to the direction of expansion, we also have to consider that maybe they're going to take just as much time as it would maybe coming out with the game, because that's one of the hurdles that Destiny is facing right now. It's just the lack of content, and it's very apparent now. You know, we see it now. There's a lot of players, a lot of veteran players, a lot of loyal fans who are just eager and hungry for more content, and it's not happening. So, but yeah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind if all they did was content. Expansions, that is.
Well, if we went to just straight DLCs, if they had if they had minor ones like House of Wolves, because I do believe that was a minor expansion, just because the lack of what was there. If they had maybe, I would say 3 minor expansions and then 1 major one like Taken King, I think it would actually keep the people happy. That would have to be one every season. So they would have to have a fuck ton of work to do, but it would definitely keep the players happy.
Yeah.
Fucking shit, this dude.
Yeah, it's just fucking sniping them, which is fucking shit. The other thing too that we also have to consider is that Destiny was also held behind a whole lot because they were still producing PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. I don't see
Oh
that
my
being
god,
true.
are you serious right now? That just happened to me. Wow, I can't believe that happened.
Oh, there's no way he had you, Stevie.
That's bullshit. Like, I hit him with a hammer and he didn't die? Like, that's stupid. But, anyways. Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting thought processes with this, I think, I really think, the whole Bungie thing, I don't, what is Activision's plan, Here's the thing, too, is we all got to keep in mind, didn't they come out with the thought process that this is a 10-year project? And isn't that thought process still kind of, like, doesn't it make you kind of wean a little bit on that entire thought process that this is a 10-year project based on the delays you're seeing and stuff? I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
God damn it.
It's a work in progress. I don't think they have. I think here's the thing. I think they want it to be a 10-year project. I think they want it to be a long-lasting thing. But I think that we're still in the early phases of what this game ultimately is going to end up being. 10 years from now. I think that Bungie has come up with something that's very rare. Something that we haven't seen in other games in terms of RPG-like shooter, like what Destiny is. But I think they have a lot of work to do, and I think that.
Oh, nice.
Where's the other guy?
Delay's not a bad thing either, because that means they want to get it right. Instead of.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been opposed to delay, but is it something where it's like, oh my god, yeah. We gotta work on those pushes, revives.
Yep, we do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. As far as like the 10 years thing, I think we're in the early stages. I think that Destiny barely got it. I mean, they came out with Destiny, but I really feel like they just got off after TTK, because it wasn't until after TTK that they finally. I feel like they finally had an idea of what they wanted to do. And now they just got to build upon it, Whereas in Destiny 1, I feel like they were just, or the first year of Destiny, I feel like they were playing catch up. I feel like they launched the game a little too early. They were trying to play around and see what was working, what's not working, and they were just catching up in terms of they were trying to fix everything that should have been fixed when the game first initially, came out. And that's not that's not because they were being lazy or because they just made the game the way it is. They had behind the doors. They had a lot of setbacks. You know, we could talk about those. You know, that's a whole different subject for the whole different day. But I just think that as of right now, this particular moment, I don't see a 10-year plan in place. I feel like they're just trying to see. They're just trying to get a stable handle on the whole situation. I feel like.
And Greedy brings up a good point too. If they dropped the 360 and PS2 or PS3, sorry, if they dropped the older consoles, that would really help them out because that would free up two whole teams.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They're still. It's a work in progress. When they say 10-year plan, I don't know. I don't know what the future is for Destiny. All I know is that it's still a game that's not going to die anytime soon. It might be stale right now. The shit's a little rocky, but I feel like they're going to come back. It's just a matter of just fixing the stuff they need to fix. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it.
Switching a little gears here, what do we think about the new matchmaking updates that they've made? You know, does anybody want to explain that first for people that don't know about it, and then kind of go into it? Cole, maybe you want to explain the matchmaking first, and then explain what you like about it.
So, the old matchmaking was actually based off skill level. So the better you are, the more sweaty your games got, right?
Sweaty?
That's the only way I can put it. Very sweaty. Sweaty palms. But,
I thought we were talking about
No. No, Stevie. No. It was very skill-based. So the higher KDs, the worse teams got as far as battling it out to the fucking death. So let's say Zod is really, really fucking bad at Crucible, and he joins on me, and my KD is an average of 1.2 or some shit. He's going to have a hard enough time because it's going to match, or it was matching to the highest KD of the person. Now, what they're actually doing now is a combination of connection plus skill base plus something. They didn't really say it, but it sounds like forgiveness. Because there are games where you go in and you just get utterly demolished because it's some trials, tryhards, and fucking regular Crucible, and they come out and just rip your throat out like there's no tomorrow. But the new algorithm actually takes into account connection and your KD, so it's skill-based, plus hopefully you don't have red bars. Now granted, you are going to have some here and there because everybody sucks and they don't have the right connections, but something we all got to deal with. But that's the new algorithm that they're working on, they're using. They didn't tell us that the past algorithm was just skill-based, which I think they fucked up on that part. But they definitely said in the newest update that they are no longer hiding what they're doing with the matchmaking algorithm. They're actually going to be upfront about it, so we can give them some positive feedback on their forums. And seeing just with Iron Banner alone and Rift, because I actually do play Rift outside of Iron Banner, I actually enjoy it. Just seeing how the new algorithm is, since it's so new, they might have had to wipe data because going in, 50% of the time, we can smash people's faces in, and we're the trials tryhards. But then the other 50% is we get utterly demolished. So it's how do I put this? You either really fucking suck on your match, or you do really, really good. There's no middle ground right now. So I'm thinking they deleted some data and they're regathering. But from what I've seen so far, when the algorithm actually works, the matches are actually quite enjoyable because they'll be like I was playing with Funky and Shadow Clone. We had a few games where we were losing, and then we came right back at it in the last 2 minutes and got a clutch win. I mean, those are the matches I enjoy. So I think the algorithm is working, but it's not going to be solid for another 2 to 3 weeks because that data has to recollect and the algorithm has to work all over again. So I think it's actually a good thing what they're doing, but I can't tell you final results until about 2 to 3 weeks out. But yeah, I think it's going great so far. Is that too much information? Is your mind blown?
What do you think?
My mind's... My poor mind.
My poor mind.
Okay.
So she started talking about algorithms, and I'm like, the hell was she talking about?
Sorry, I'm a nerd.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really. I've dived into Iron Banner this week, but not as much as I have in the past. So what I have seen though is I've seen what you've talked about. Like there are matches where we completely get destroyed, and there's other matches where we completely dominate. Actually, to tell you the truth, this time around, I think we've mercied. At least the teams that I was running with, I think we've mercied more than I've ever had in the past. So.
Oh yeah.
It's just weird. So I don't know. Does that mean the algorithm's working? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know what the direction they want to head into, because it seems to me the problem is that it's either or. Either you want to make it very competitive and risk the chances of getting some laggy matches, and competitive meaning matching you with people of your skill level, or you choose to tackle the to place people who have, decent connections and not lag, but sacrifice the the possibility of getting absolutely destroyed because you might match you with, people who go try hard and whatnot. So I don't know. It just seems either or. It doesn't seem like, it just seems like there's still a lot of work still to be done in their end.
Let me put it this way. So you take a pitcher of water. It's room temperature. That's the old algorithm. Is this pitcher of water that's room temperature, and then you add in a completely new variable, which we'll say is ice cubes. So you add in a shit ton of ice cubes to this pitcher of water. That temperature is not going to be the same anymore, right? So we have to actually wait for this whole thing to level out, and see where it goes with this new algorithm.
Cool. But according to dumb science, the ice cubes end up melting, and you still end up with water. So it doesn't change anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're adding a new variable, which is the ice cubes, to the pitcher of water, and it's going to change the temperature, right? It's going to change the volume, all that, once the ice actually melts. So, I mean, we're going to get to what we need to be as far as skill base and KD matchups, but we just have to wait for the ice cubes to melt. We have to wait for the algorithm to finish doing what it's doing.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Don't be so literal, man.
I get what you're saying. I'm just kidding with you, but ultimately, I didn't mind the algorithm they had in place.
I did.
Granted that you did had a couple of matches where it was completely stupid that people were coming in and out of walls and lagging the fuck. But besides the point, they were competitive, and based on the matches that I have been playing, it doesn't seem like that element is there. It's there, but not like how it used to be. So I don't know. And to your point, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's going to take a while before they get the algorithm to work and get it right. So they're heading in the right direction. It's just, me personally, I didn't mind the old algorithm. I didn't mind the old match.
I didn't mind it either. I mean, I'm all for skill level over, at the end of the day, no matter what you're going to do, you're going to have poor... I think the issue not necessarily is matching up with people with poor connections or not. I think the issue is having that flexibility for that person to stay in the game. At the end of the day, if a person's lagging that bad, they need to be kicked off that server and say that your connection cannot handle these servers. And if they get pissed off, well, guess what? Get a better connection. That's it.
We're living at a place in time where gaming is online. It's you have to have a good connection, otherwise.
It's hard for me to believe when I see someone seriously skipping around in Crucible. Yeah. It doesn't feel random or a bad connection to me. It feels like it's being done on purpose. It's not, you can't lag that bad. There's people like, Cole, you occasionally have issues with your connection, but you're not skipping all over the map. There's certain people in our APAC division, like Tom Knight, who's watching the feed right now, and a couple others, that occasionally might have, bad connections, but not skipping around the map. There's people that skip, freeze, then somehow come out and out, like, that's a whole, like, just flexibility of server. Like, you need to really tighten that up, in my personal opinion. And the skill level thing was fine. It's tighten up the servers for those individuals that are really lagging bad. Kick them out. You know, it just
Yeah. And here's the truth about lag: it happens on every PvP game out there. It's just something
everyone.
that it happens. It happens no matter what game you want to call out. It happens everywhere. Some games have it worse than others, but at the end of the day, it's something that it's part of playing online. And the thing is, to change the algorithm I mean, again, this goes back to my preference, and many people have their preference. Yes, in a perfect world, we'd all have matches that are very competitive, and everybody has a stable internet connection. But the thing is, that's not the world we live in. We live in a world where people are still having issues with internet connections for various reasons, and I think that's where they need to address the problem. And it's very hard to do. You know, it's easy for me to say, but I understand it's hard to do. So, again, going back to Cole's point, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while before they get it right. So.
Greedy Turtle wants you to explain more about the ice cubes, Cole. Explain these ice cube melts.
So ice cubes are frozen water when it gets below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and science. But no, I mean,
Science! Just like you go
Well,
sports. You go sports. Yay! I'm gonna go.
This is a new segment of our
Science,
podcast where
yay.
every week we're now going to say something about science.
And now, aboard the podcast, Cole's Science Lab.
Oh God.
I actually do have something interesting about science. Actually, Zod and I both do. So, my thing is, they actually grew a flower in the space station that we have, the real life one, that's floating over Earth right now. They actually grew a flower, which is amazing, in zero gravity. I think that's awesome.
And that's been your Science Minute with Cole.
How can you not be impressed with that? Do you know what that means? The fact that they
Impressive.
We can grow food in space.
Yes.
We can go places. This is just amazing.
Space pancakes.
Oh my God, Stevie. You're blowing up my
What?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You are taking this volume out of this world.
Space pancakes. I got very excited with space pancakes. Okay, go ahead, Zod.
space pancakes.
I would totally eat space pancakes. It sounds like something.
So,
bad.
hold on. Before you have something about science and space, Zod, can you get a poopy butt in space?
Oh my God. Actually,
Only
no,
if you
because
bring-
the way astronaut toilets work in space, they actually suck the poop out of your butt.
What?
What? Hold on. Come again?
What did you just say? Did you just say when you go to space they suck the poop out of your butt?
That's how
They have a little
space
suck
works. It's-
section for your butt?
You're saying they
let me-
take a vacuum,
let me
stick it
explain.
up your ass.
Take it out. And they go, alright, before you go into space, before you go on Apollo 113, time to get the vacuum out and suck your butt poop out.
You guys are ridiculous.
That's what she said. Like, I've never heard of that. Alright,
Yes.
go, Cole.
So you have to think of it as like a toilet trainer rig. So you know how the kids have the thing where they have a bar that's strapped over their lap and they're hanging out for dear life, on the toilet. It's like that, but it's completely enclosed around the human body. And when they're actually going, it starts a vacuum cleaner and sucks everything out.
I'm just picturing someone that works with NASA and has like one of those like things from Aladdin, like where a snake comes out of like a box, like beanie, but instead it's NASA with one of those things, and it's a suction tube going beanie. Oh no, they're gonna suck my butt.
In your butt.
What
It
is-
sucks it away from your butt.
How do you even? Never mind. If there was any moment for brain bleach, this would be it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh
I
goodness.
guess you guys wouldn't want to know either that they have actual ghosts on the space station as well, like we have. Just saying. They do.
Oh.
Like our ghosts, they have little mini fans that help them move around in zero gravity, and they can actually collect data. That's pretty cool.
Well, that's cool. Well, we are towards the tail end of our podcast here, so before we go, there's been a lot of butt poop talking, boop. I just combined the word. Poop, a lot of poop talk. I can't wait till I write up the overall podcast information. Like, what did we discuss this week? That's gonna be quite funny. But let's do one media takeaway that people should check out this week. I'll start. So, these guys in here already know, but and I don't know, some people might know in the community as well, but one of my best buddies is a part of a band called Red Sun Rising. I actually went to go see them last night. If you haven't checked them out yet, they're kind of alternative rock, so if you like alternative rock music like Alice in Chains or Five Finger Death Punch or any of those guys, or they're really, really good. Check them out. They actually have a cover of Alanis Morissette called Uninvited. Go on to YouTube, type in Red Sun Rising, check out their stuff. It's my recommendation of the week for music, and it's something to, kind of kill the time.
They're actually my new favorite band.
Well, there you go. Cole's stamp of approval. Cole, you have any suggestions for these guys this week for media, movies, music, anything like that?
Actually, I do. So, Quentin Tarantino came out with a new movie called The Hateful Eight. It actually came out a couple weeks ago, but went and saw it in theaters. It's nearly 3 hours long. Doesn't feel like it, but it's actually very, very fucking awesome. Basically, it's 8 people who get trapped in the same cabin during a blizzard, and this is time period right after the Civil War. So people are still very racist, which is actually kind of funny. But these 8 people who absolutely fucking hate each other are stuck in this cabin, and bad things happen. And it's got Channing Tatum in it, and Samuel L. Jackson. So it's actually really, really fucking good. And
what's it called again?
It's called The Hateful Eight. And I highly recommend it. It's very, very good.
Highly recommended.
If you like Django Unchained, you would fucking love this movie.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So go see The Hateful Eight, a core based on Cole. So listen to some Red Sun Rising. Go watch Hateful Eight in the movies. Anything from your side that you guys want to check? You want these guys to check outside, whether it's music, movies, TV series, anything like that?
I went to go watch a movie 2 days ago called The Boy, which is about a nanny who gets sent to England to take care of a doll, essentially, that may or may not be or comes to life. So check that out, and once you do, come talk to me, because there's no way of me giving out an opinion without ruining the movie. So, but yeah.
There you go. So check out The Boy. Where would that be located? Is that on Netflix?
No, that is at your nearest theater.
Oh, so it's on the theater. The Boy.
Yeah.
So
Boy.
check out The Boy. Check out The Boy, go also check out The Hateful Eight. Go listen to some new music by Red Sun Rising, and we've set your media credentials for the week, everybody. So with that being said, we are at the hour mark. I'm sure Oops is waiting in the wings here on Allegiance TV for his official tournament run. So we will switch it over to Oops' team here, but next week we do not have an interview set up yet, but I'm sure that could change during the week. So right now I'm going to say it's going to be a surprise. Yeah, surprise. Ooh, yeah, it could be.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
No more
it's gonna be special guest janitor Poop Johnson. It's a guy who just cleans poop and sucks up NASA poop with it.
Oh my God, you guys are a bunch of
Poop vacuum.
Poop vacuum guy. Poop vacuum guy from NASA called Poop Johnson. I suck up the poop before the guys go to the moon. It's great. I just stick it. Stick his. Yeah.
Here's an honest question. And I'm not just being a dick, but once the poop is sucked cold, do they just throw the poop in space?
Once the human has excreted the stuff out of their body, it actually gets recycled in a reclaimer.
They get recycled once, so they can be on a poop couch on their rocket ship because it got recycled after it got cleaned out of their butt.
Oh my God.
Poop Johnson just created a recycled poop couch. So go sit down and read a book.
I know NASA was on very strict budgets, but recycle.
Well, it just makes more sense because you take the water out of the feces, you clean up the urine, you actually just put it through a purifier, and it's drinkable water.
Drinking shit.
So we're drinking poop. So we're sitting on a poop couch, drinking poop, sipping poop. Oh god! All right, so that.
You guys suck.
All right, guys. Till next time. Tune in next week, as always on Allegiance TV, Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern. As always, it's myself, Stevie Bizzle, Cole, and Zod signing off. Stay on tune for Allegiance TV here as Oops runs his qualifying round. Let's see what time those guys set up, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. So, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and we will see you next week.